this dude, Adam 22, is a real life snake and he know it. So basically, he lined 03 Greedo up to get exposed as a rat. And that's supposed to be his mans. They was tight, extra close, locked in before Greedo got locked up. He was going to the studio with him, video shoots, all this extra, this and that, showing him mad love, pulling up to the hood, all that. But this video right here, I just put it together because he did a lot of dancing around, a lot of talking. So I snippeted it up for y'all, and we're gonna get right to the meat and potatoes. Wait for me at the end of this video, and we're gonna chop it up about how much of a snake this dude really is, man. It's crazy. I like Adam 22, I like No Jumper, but this is nuts, so.
People are saying that they think that I might be a bad friend to Greedo because on the 1090 Jake interview, we were having a conversation about the snitching allegation thing, right? And I acknowledged that I originally was hit up by the people who have made it their mission to expose him, right? Mm-hmm. And I said to them, if you got paperwork, I can't be the one to review it. I don't do this. I don't know what I'm looking at. It's not really my game. I'm not trying to be the snitch certifier or anything like that. I told them, if you want to talk to somebody who does that, I can put you in touch with 1090 Jake. That's it. That's why I acknowledged on the podcast. And some people are looking at that and saying like, well, that's you doing Greedo dirty.
Did you put them in contact with 1090 Jake?
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
Why is that f***ed up?
Let me tell you, that was.
Don't you think snitching is bad?
Bro,
so if his name is going to be cleared or not cleared, I put him in touch with 1090 Jake.
They said as a friend. Now, if it's a random person, yeah, but like as my homie, I'm not trying to point nobody in the direction of somebody that can fuck up anything. Even though it didn't, but it did kind of like pull a rug under his feet when he was just fresh out.
My thing is, if he didn't do it, he deserves the right to be cleared of that, right?
Yeah, but even
who's
if
doing the clearing? It's 1090 Jake. He's the judge, jury, and executioner.
With Duty Low? Remember Duty Low? Whatever it did, the said, "Oh, you touched this," and it didn't happen, but it still f***ed up him for a very long time. Like so, it's like I get it. He's clear, he's good, but it put him in a bad situation for a minute. And you know, if you judge the logistics of these situations, a lot of people don't make it out, whether it's proven or not. Once that's attached to your name, it fucks you up. That's your opinion, but as a group of homies, I would have told you not to do it. They ain't got shit. You're
right. At that moment, so, like, I wasn't really thinking of it as like, oh, this is my best friend. Because the truth is would I do that to you? If it was somebody having paperwork about Dub or Brick, I would probably say, I don't want anything to do with it. Like, just don't. I can't talk about it.
If somebody hit me with some shit like that, honestly, first thing I'm gonna do is call you and say, this nigga is saying this bullshit. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, that would have been fair too. I guess at this point, Greedo had been out for like 4 or 5 months, and I hadn't spoke to him, so that was kind of making me feel like
you don't know. What's
I didn't really like feel like I owed him that since he had been out for a minute and I hadn't seen him or talked to him.
It depends on how the fucking with. Like, are you really his homeboy? Like, are they? Because at the end of the day, No Jumper is for content and for whatever it is. Like, how locked in are you? Was you every day and was y'all?
No, it's just this is what it comes down to. Some people, like me myself, I ain't got to see you for 5 years. Yeah. I ain't got to see you for 5 years. You could be rich as fuck right now, but I know when I see you.
Yeah, no, it's
I know, guarantee. I know it's nothing less.
This ain't.
And I'm gonna think that even though if it's something different.
Yeah. No, this ain't me and you though. This is
but I'm just saying, like,
world. Yeah. I wouldn't have did it, but like he said, they kicked it a couple times.
No, you're right. I get what you said.
Before he got locked up, we really were like close, and we were talking all the time. I was going to the shows, going to the studio with him. I remember at the what's the motherfucker Mike's spot, me, you, and Greedo that one night. Yeah. I guess my thing was when I got hit up about this, the reason why I just put them in contact with 1090 was because I hadn't spoke to Greedo really since he had got out. Well, actually, we had a few little text conversations.
I know what you mean. Between getting out in that interview, y'all wasn't that close.
Right, we hadn't really got a chance to
having that interview and him getting out, y'all wasn't that close. Now it's like, okay, now.
And you got to think he did $1 million worth of game.
Yeah, and the brown bag, and a couple other ones, and bootleg Kev.
That's why I'm like, look, you got to think. That's why I'm like, so when it comes to the past, but I mean, it's like you got to value certain relationships. Yeah, you got to value.
All right, let's just air everything out. All right, let's just air everything.
Yeah. Because see, I
wasn't thinking about cracking this shit open like this, but Greedo and I had a conversation when he first was on house arrest in Texas or whatever. This is the shit that we didn't say in his interview because it's a little bit hurtful to me. You know, I don't really like taking my pride and putting it out on display for the people out there. But we had a conversation. He said I was going to be his first interview. He was at South by Southwest. He didn't do any interviews, I believe.
You guys,
you cracked it open. Bro. You cracked the egg. All right, but so he was at South by Southwest. I think he might have not done any interviews at South by Southwest because he was holding out for the No Jumper interview.
Yeah.
But then when he comes to LA, when he really makes his big reemergence and everything, old 22 is caught up in a firestorm of being canceled and a bunch of people leaving the channel and Rolling Stone writing defamatory hit pieces calling me a racist.
Shout out
now,
Rolling Stone.
do I? No, that's not what you're supposed to say. Shout out your ops while we're at it. I'm not going to say their names, but
I'm
so
talking shit, bro.
he comes back in the middle of all this. Now, do I think that Greedo necessarily cares about those dudes leaving the channel? Do I think that he gives a shit about somebody calling me racist? Probably not, but he has a team around him. He's got managers. He's got agents. He got whoever. I would assume that when I see him go and he does the Brown Bag podcast or whatever on the radio, that was an idea that was put into his head by them. Now, I can't really like hold that against him. At the end of the day, he's looking out for his career. No Jumper probably seemed a little bit toxic to him at the time. He's coming out of prison. He don't know what the is going on. He don't know who's hot, who's not. He got to listen to people around him. Yeah. So it was with that mentality and the fact that he didn't just do the Brown Bag. He did Big Boy, $1 million worth of game, and Bootleg Kev.
Everything, but
you know, he did all those ones before he came to do No Jumper. So that was the mentality that I was in because we hadn't done the No Jumper one yet. When I got hit up about his paperwork, I said, I'll put you in contact with 1090 Jake. I was feeling kind of like, well, what am I looking out for him for when I felt like he, you know, I wasn't mad, but I also felt like, you know, I took that as a little bit of a sign of like, oh, okay, I guess we aren't buddy.
Jimmy Gang, man, as you can see, bro, Adam 22 admits that he felt a little bit of a way that 03 Greedo told him he would interview with him when he had first came home, but then he ain't interview with him. He did Brown Bag interview, he did some radio interview, he did a couple other interviews, and he didn't do no jumper. So Adam felt the way and decided that, oh, you ain't want to do my platform? Wow, I'm going through some stuff right now. I'm going through some issues. People just left my platform. I'm feeling the way. I'm sensitive. So I'm going to go and do you know how when the police, they can't get you on nothing else, so they plant something on you, or they can't get you for nothing else, so they give you a ticket for the little joint in the windshield. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't get you for nothing else, so I'm going to get you for this. You know what I mean? Basically, hey, man, you ain't want to look out for me and come do my interview when you first came home? So when people ask me about you and want to expose you, I'm going to send you to the master of exposing. I'm going to send you to 1090 Jake. I know he going to expose you. I know he got damn near 1 million subscribers on his platform. If he expose you, it's going to get huge. And then you're going to have to come sit down and talk to me. Like what eventually ended up happening, which is sick, bro. I ain't even going to lie. This is crazy, bro. It's nasty out here. It's nasty that this man really think like that, bro. I ain't going to lie, man. The more and more things come out the way I see how he think, it's disgusting, bro. It just make me be like, yo, damn, who is this dude that's really a fixture in our culture? Like, who is this dude that niggas is really sitting down and talking with? Like, don't get me wrong, man. I rock with No Jumper, but I ain't gonna lie. Adam 22, I'm starting to like, really like, I ain't gonna lie, man. Fix it, bro. Fix it. Cause I ain't gonna lie. My thoughts to you, my nigga, is starting to be all negative, gang. I ain't even gonna lie. But Jimmy Gang, I'm going out see y'all in the next one.